Ladies and gentlemen, what is up? We're back with another video. I know this is probably the worst return to YouTube ever, where I said I'm back on YouTube and then I've gone 2.5 months without posting a video after my first 2 videos. Oops. Feels weird being out of practice. I've made 2,000 YouTube videos and now I'm used to moving and vlogging and being outside and moving my hands. We're gonna try this. This is better than me sitting down. Today we're going to be talking about the importance of letting go of your dreams to chase other dreams. This is something that's very important, and many people waste decades of their life holding on to something because they told themselves that this is who I am and giving up is for losers. Ladies and gentlemen, I hate to break it to you, giving up is oftentimes the best thing to do. Okay, that sounded overly depressing. Giving up is generally not the best thing, but sometimes it's the best thing to do. I think my YouTube channel and leaving YouTube and then starting small screen and working on small screen for the past coming up on 5 years was predicated by letting go of YouTube, something that I had done since I was 16, something that was intertwined with my identity. And seeing what's happened with myself and letting go of something that I thought was integral to who I was, and then other people on YouTube and in just other areas of life that I've seen hold on to something and hold on to something after it's clearly not serving them or the people around them anymore as it once was. It's really put it into perspective of sometimes letting go can be extremely hard, but is extremely necessary. Let's use an example that's not YouTube. Lots of people that are a high level in sports play sports their entire life. They play sports from age 5 to 18, and then they go to college. And maybe if they're lucky enough, they play some pro sports. And you have identified with this thing, baseball, basketball, hockey, since you were 5 years old, and it's always been part of your personality. And figuring out when to let go, and more importantly, how to let go of it, can honestly be extremely tough. I remember I probably wanted to stop YouTube videos for, if I'm being honest, a good 2 years before I did. And the reason I didn't wasn't because I was making a ton of money off of it, because at the tail end, I wasn't. I stopped uploading not nearly as frequently as I once was, and my views had gone down. It was because it is the only thing I had known. I had never known myself as someone other than a YouTuber. And I had put thousands of hours into this. I had built an audience of almost 400,000 subscribers, and it felt like I was throwing away those years of work if I just stopped doing it. And that was honestly a really difficult decision for me, to look at what I had done for years and say, you know what, I'm good. I'm fine to walk away. I've done everything I wanted to do here, and it no longer serves the purpose it originally did. At the time I stopped making YouTube videos, small screen had far surpassed the success I was having on YouTube, and it was also a lot more engaging and fun, and it was growing and it was exciting. I had such a hard time letting go of the thing that was no longer helping me to chase after this thing that was new and honestly a better opportunity for me than YouTube ever was, because my identity was wrapped up in making YouTube videos. I have friends who, it's not even just YouTube, but they have made money doing one certain type of business, or they have always lived in this city, and you kind of see that those things aren't serving them anymore as much as they used to be, but it was their dream when they were 14 to be doing this. And I think it's really easy, if you're not conscious and intentional about what you're doing, to get wrapped up, how would you even say it? To get wrapped up in what you think your identity is and how you think other people view you, rather than just making decisions based on how does this benefit me and the people around me, the people I love, the people I care about, my family, and myself. You hear people talk a lot about ego deaths, retiring athletes, people who used to be famous and have receded out of the limelight a little bit. It does feel like a part of you is dying, or you're not as cool as you used to be, or you're not as famous as you used to be. I used to get recognized walking around New York about 10, 15 times a day in 2020, 2021. Now it's maybe twice a month. And initially that was, I won't say hard, but it was different. Because I'm not gonna lie, who doesn't like attention from people saying, hey man, I love what you're doing, keep it up, just saw your video yesterday, that was incredible. That's a great feeling. And to have that happen multiple times every single day, every time I was outside in New York, to now hardly ever happening, and now it's usually just people asking where I've gone, it's really hard to step away from something like that. But I think it's extremely important to step away from something like that as well. One of our clients, who's one of the coolest clients that we work with, he was a pretty successful television show host in China. He's a Canadian guy. He's a white Canadian who just happened to learn Mandarin. and became a television host in China and an actor in China and booked some extremely high-paying gigs doing that. And I think it would have been really easy for most people in that situation to see the acclaim and the notoriety and the financial success that he was having from that and say, oh, well, I need to keep doing this forever. Not the case. What he actually ended up doing was quitting the job that was making him this money, selling all of his worldly possessions and moving into the middle of the forest in northern Canada, because that's what he wanted to do with his life. And the funny thing is that him pursuing this thing that was so antithetical to how most people knew him or thought of him has actually brought him more success than his original career ever did. His YouTube channel is absolutely killing it and is bringing in hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. And it doesn't always have to be about the money either. I think lots of people get caught up on making life decisions through a financial lens, which obviously you need to consider. Everyone needs to pay the bills. But like I said, me holding on to YouTube was not a financial decision at all. It was this is who I am, this is who I feel like I need to continue to be, even though I did not enjoy any aspect of making videos for probably the last 2 years of me making them, like I said. Feels kind of freeing to just say, screw it, who really cares? I'm just gonna do what I wanna do and let's see what happens. And I mean, thankfully, it's gone well. Small Screen has grown and I have a great time doing it and working with our clients and the team and building the company. But even if it had gone terribly, I still think it would have been the right choice. I'd encourage any of you that are watching that had a dream from the time you were 10 or 12 or 15 or 20, and that dream has come true and come to fruition, whether that's a career or a YouTube channel or a business you started, and you feel like it's part of you, you feel like it's part of your identity, I'd encourage you to sit down, look in the mirror, have a deep think with yourself, and try and separate those two, because it's great to do cool things and it's great to chase after a dream, but sometimes when the dream becomes part of who you think you are and how you view yourself, it can be really hard to step away from that dream and chase the next dream and the bigger dream and sometimes even the better dream for yourself and your future. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on stepping away from YouTube and letting go of one dream to chase a bigger dream, and why sometimes that's the best thing that you can do. If you guys enjoyed, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate every single one of you. Gonna be coming back with another video soon. And until next time, peace.